Hello, hello. Always the same thing about a hello, hello. But I have to make sure that we're on before I start, guys. So just bear with me. I'm on a lag here trying to see if you. Okay, you can hear me here. All right, y'all. We're gonna get right into it. All right, I'm gonna get right into it, y'all, because I am tripping because like I have to go to work and I'm like, oh, let me just go live real quick for 30 minutes. Anywho, all right, y'all. So I am conducting this live because a couple things. Because of a couple things. Number one, okay, two topics. Dr. Oz and this Pennsylvania race and Twitter's beef with Donald Trump. Okay, like this whole MAGA Republican confusion or whatever. All right. So first of all, good morning and thank you for joining me. I wish I had like a morning burst, but anyway, good morning and thank you for joining me and thank you for being here. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, guys. Whatever it takes, pray, meditate, crush all goals. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into everything. But first, I'm gonna start with local news or local topics. I do live in Pennsylvania and we do have a very important race here in November. Everybody does, it seems like, right? But Pennsylvania's race gets talked about the most because, you know, Dr. Oz is involved in this race. So, you know, constantly on the news, scrutiny. All right, full transparency. I was not an Oz fan, and I'm still skeptical about Dr. Oz. Two things can be right at the same time, right? But yeah, I am going to vote for Dr. Oz. Yes, because what's my choice? So wait a minute, like who's the other option? John Fetterman, who will vote to have biological males competing in female sports, wants to bring wants to release inmates from jail. And you know, not everybody needs to be in jail forever. I know that, right? But we have a very, very big epidemic here, especially in Philadelphia, of people getting out very fast, very easily, and then committing crimes and erasing numbers. You know, I've shown y'all the gun memorial on my page. Y'all seen it. I mean, last year in Philly, we lost 562 lives, you know, more than that to murder, more than that, because not all murders get solved. So what am I? So I'm supposed to be childish and be like, well, I didn't like him, so I'm not voting for him. That gives a chance for John Fetterman to win, and I cannot have John Fetterman, you know? And we're gonna look at like a couple, we're gonna go on Twitter and we're gonna look at like some comments that are made about Dr. Oz or whatever. All right, so like I said, I did make a video and I was in the primaries. I was like, do not vote for this man. Do not, because I didn't want him to be the Republican senator. I didn't, but I don't want a Democrat. It is that simple. I don't. It's just that simple, because I've already seen what Democrats are capable of in Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania, Democrats shut down businesses. Y'all might have forgot. I didn't. I remember seeing, like, there was this restaurant that they came and shut down. It was somewhere like Allegheny County or something. And they came and they shut this restaurant down, but they were like, we're staying open. And they opened up and people were like ordering and ordering and ordering. Everybody was like sticking together. But it was even the fact that we were put through such a crazy time in life. More than that, just an intense and intrusive time in life. You can't make money and you need to rely on us. You know, we'll send you $2,000. Mind you, $2,000 every three months. Mind you, I'm used to making that more than that in a day. And I have to pay my bills, right? Then shutting down schools. John Fetterman, Josh Shapiro, John Fetterman is our lieutenant governor, meaning that any decision that passed in Pennsylvania went through him too. He worked with Tom Wolf. He shut down schools. The kids didn't go to school. His kids, I'm sure, went to school. Your kids didn't. And they needed to go to school. The kids, still to now, they don't know what damage this will do to children. The fact that they missed school for this long, and then the mask mandates, all of that. He was involved with all of that. Putting old people in putting sick people in nursing homes. Remember when they shut down the nursing homes? See, maybe some of y'all may not have seen it. I traveled through the state of PA around that time, and nursing homes were shut down. Like, family members couldn't come in. And this was what made me notice Ron DeSantis in Florida. This is what made me start looking like, what is the world that I live in? But anyway, nursing homes were shut down, and these people lived to be 93 years old. You guys probably forgot. And not only were they shut down to outside visitors, they were shut down to themselves, to each other. So imagine if you will, and then we'll get into the visuals, but just you live to be 93. All right. You done either fought in a war, okay, or waited for your husband who was fighting in a war and gave to society in some fashion. You lived your life. You did what you had to do. It wasn't easy. You raised your children. You were a law-abiding citizen, right? Even when times were rough, you were a law-abiding citizen. And you live to be 93. And of course, your body's giving up on you. You can't really breathe that well, and you definitely can't walk. So you're in a wheelchair, so you can't get in a car and go drive somewhere just to take your mind off your troubles. You're waiting for somebody. You're constantly waiting for somebody to come either change you, help you get to the bathroom or whatever. But you still keep a grateful attitude. You're still like, every time you see somebody, like, you're like, thank you for your help. Thank you. And you look forward to the little things that you can do in life. Little things like, excuse me, y'all, activities like coming to activities with arts and crafts. Like, all right, girls, we got a quilting, so the quilting club, the knitting club, we're gonna meet on Tuesday after breakfast at 10. Like, all right, Cheryl. Well, listen, Cheryl, look, we're gonna meet downstairs for breakfast. And then we'll go straight over to the living room for the knitting club. All right, yeah, because I have to make these mittens for my great grandson. They really waiting on these mittens. So these are the things you look forward to. Well, what's for breakfast tomorrow? Yeah, they said they're making Belgian waffles. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, they got a chef to come in to make those Belgian waffles. What? Okay, yeah, all right, great. I have a busy day ahead. And then at 4 o'clock, we're gonna have a happy hour, and Jim Beam's band is coming to play the tunes. All right, yeah, girl, I can't wait. All right, I'll have them, they can get me up early, curl my hair, and I can get down there and enjoy my day. All of that was shut down. All of that was shut down. Now, the little bit that you had to look forward to, they told you couldn't even have that, and you couldn't see your great grandchild. You better stay in your room all day. You can't even come out into the halls. You need to wait for the styrofoam cold meal that we're bringing you. Okay? No, you cannot do arts and crafts because there's COVID and you're going to die. I can't tell you how many old people I met who were like, I'd rather die. Like, yeah. Well, and then when you say I'd rather die, suicide watch. Now we have to put your name on a paper and do 15-minute checks and make sure that you're not here killing yourself. They weren't going to actively kill themselves. They were just saying, I live to be 93. I'm not afraid of a virus. If that's the way I'm going to go, then that's the way I'm going to go. If I'm 93 and you mean to tell me in order to save the 2 days I have left, I have to give up everything and I can't enjoy literally everything. They could not even come out into the halls. Okay? All for the sake of saving them from the coof. And then here's the better part. After they do all this, we try and save you. There were a lot of them who lost their minds and they had to be put on psych medication at 93, whatever. Can you imagine? And then there was a lot of them who ended up dying anyway. Caught the coof and died. But they didn't see their family members. I can't tell you how many phone calls I made. Like, yo, your dad, like, this is it. And you got to make a decision. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to try to send him out, or do you want me to just make him comfortable? 5 minutes. A child who hadn't hugged, we'll say this, FaceTime is one thing, hadn't hugged their father. This is a real story. And at least 3 months, was used to seeing him every day. Now had to make a decision of some end of life decision. Okay. Meanwhile, while I was seeing all this in Pennsylvania, in Florida, Ron DeSantis had finally said enough. You could at least have 2 visitors. They just have to be garbed up and they can come in and see their families. They have to be tested when they go in and they can come in to see their families. At least. And then they called him a murderer for that. Man, our governor and our lieutenant governor and the Secretary of Health of Pennsylvania, who is now the Assistant Secretary of Health, Levine, for the country, they all signed on to this. So you think that I have a problem voting for Dr. Oz? And I'm not going to vote for Dr. Oz and I'm going to take Fetterman? Yeah, no. And then a Fetterman who is not even all there. And I'm not even trying to be mean. Okay, so let's look. Try to bookmark some stuff. And I mean, like, look where, hold on, this thing is gonna.
Hey, John, you gonna debate Dr. Oz? Hey. Hey, John, you gonna debate Dr. Oz?
Because I usually don't use this computer anymore. Y'all are probably like, I don't care, like, get it together. Nah, there should be no reason why you don't hear that sound. I don't know. Or maybe there was no sound in that picture. All right, let's go back. Sorry, y'all. Let me see. Is anybody chatting? Let me see if y'all can hear me. All right. All right. Yeah, you can.
Hey, John, you gonna debate Dr. Oz?
Okay, so I was.
Hey, John, you gonna debate Dr.
So there's this talk right now. Sorry, y'all. I gotta take a drink of water. Sorry.
Champion the Union way of
I
life
don't know why.
in
Maybe
Jersey,
y'all can
excuse me, in DC.
Maybe y'all can
Thank
hear it,
you,
but I
thank you
can't
very
hear. I wish I
much,
could know.
and it's an honor.
Because I want you to hear how he sounds, but
I
I'll
live.
figure that out the next time I go live. Maybe this will be a thing that I do every morning before work, but it has to be like way earlier. But anyway, I wanted you to hear how he sounds when he talks, but it's not playing. But you know, John Fetterman. So the thing that's going around is that matter of fact, let me look up John Fetterman because he talks about it more on because Oz isn't gonna talk about it. But John Fetterman is John Fetterman is accusing Oz of being mean to him, you know. So now there's something coming out about incest. I don't know. I don't even. So we're hosting a woman a Fetterman rally in Montgomery County this Sunday. I need to host something. I really do. So yeah, Democrat John Fetterman pledged to ban fracking. As many as 600,000 Pennsylvanians would lose their jobs. We can't let Fetterman become senator. Absolutely. Of course, everybody's calling Amendment Oz a carpetbagger, and the thing is, I was a part of that too. But I'm trying to get to the part where he talks about Dr. Oz making fun of him. Our campaign is funded by small donors. That's a lie. You know that's a lie. He talks about Dr. Oz making fun of him. He'll say stuff like, oh, he's making fun of the way I talk. He's saying that I God, y'all, I'm so sorry. Because you know what kills me is like when you need it, you can't find it though. I've dedicated my career to making things better for people. Pennsylvania, my opponent can't say the same. You haven't made anything better. You haven't made a single thing better. So like that's very easy for you to say. I just discussed how you haven't made anything better. So cut taxes, but you're not doing that. Ban Congress from trading stocks, slash out pocket health and immoral price. All you see what Democrats offer, like make more ish in America, whatever that means. Cut taxes for working people. How? You don't tell me how you're going to do that. Ban Congress from trading stocks. You're not going to do that. Slash out of pocket healthcare costs and immoral price gouging. What about securing borders? What about drilling at home? Yes, drilling at home, guys. Fossil fuels are not going to kill us any faster than the green energy that we're putting out here, right? All that lithium battery stuff. Check out California. Okay, they on energy rations. Do I live in America? I don't even know. When I left Haiti, they were on energy rations. Why are we on energy rations in anywhere in America? Oh, my fault, because we've given up the energy that we could rely on. Okay. But Dr. Oz is a threat to union way of life. Oh man, I wish you guys could hear. Yeah, the nonsense that was happening in Philly. I never forgot. This was retarded. Absolutely retarded. But I wish you guys could hear how he talks, but what he was saying. Dr. Oz believes all abortions are murder. I believe it's a decision that was New York just apparently agreed to abortion 28 days after the baby is born. So I don't know if that's even called abortion anymore. All right, I'm gonna come back real quick on me because I was trying to find the part where Fetterman was saying that Oz was making fun of his speech. So Dr. Oz has been saying to John Fetterman, debate me. It's time we have a debate. Okay, we need to have a debate. And John Fetterman, when like he first said that, y'all gonna have to take my word for this, but you really can, you can find it. He was like, I can't, like I'm not at liberty right now to debate people, or it's not, you're trying to make fun of my my sickness, the fact that I'm recovering for a stroke. It's not going to be easy for me to debate. First of all, that answer is already like a problem. But wait a minute, now if you can't do a 30-minute debate, what are you going to do when you get to Senate? It's all about thinking and making decisions. Okay. Then Dr. Oz said, dig this, right? Because the people, this isn't about us. It's about the people, and they deserve a debate. He said, I'm going to make it easy for you. You can have as many bathroom breaks as you need. You can have your notes right in front of you. Matter of fact, you can have an earpiece so your team can help you with the answers. Okay? First of all, that's being, excuse me, I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on, I gotta get another drink. Sorry. First of all, that's being very nice. That's being very nice. Because he basically told him, like, you can have an earpiece so your campaign team can help you. That means that this man was going to sit here and debate really 5 people at a time, if you think about it. Then people reposted the what he said and said, oh, he's making a mockery of him. I was like, no, he just gave him a care plan. That's what he did. He actually is being a doctor and saying, I can understand that your faculties, like, you will have to use the bathroom, like you can't hold, like there's nerves that in your brain that they get damaged, or or they have to recover, whatever. So you can't hold your pee and your urine for too long or whatever. Like, I'm getting into all the scientific stuff. But anyway, he's saying, like, I'm trying to make it as comfortable as possible. And they said he was mean for doing that. Well, they said that you making fun of him because of that. What am I supposed to do? Wait a minute. So, okay. I'm saying you can basically have carte blanche in this debate, but we need to have a debate. But I'm making fun of him for being a doctor and understanding what his needs will be. So care planning it and actually caring to say that he can have what he needs to have this debate. They're not going to do that on the Senate floor, by the way. Pennsylvania, what is going on? What is going on? Democrats keep they keep bringing this head. I'm sorry, I think I'm not laughing at John Fetterman, but just say Democrats ain't got no problem. Like, listen, we're not debating. I'm not up to it. I'm gonna stay in the basement, okay? And they still gonna vote for me. Where have we seen this before? Like, that's what y'all doing? Wow. Nick, thank you for coming on. Let's see. He said, the funny thing about this guy is that I see liberals talking about some sort of class divide between Oz and Fetterman. Thank you for reminding me. But Fetterman is Harvard educated and comes from a wealthy family. Yes, he does. Thank you. Because I'm like moving fast. You're right, Nick. Where he lives now, some loft with across the street from a steel mill. I live across it. I don't care where the senator lives, like, long as he's doing his job. But he thinks that it's like, he thinks it's like being with the people, that he lives across the street from a steel mill, one that he will probably have shut down anyway. But anyway, it's paid for by his parents. His kids go to like a wealthy private school, which is fine. And listen, I'm not mad at people who got money, by the way. I'm not. But don't make fun of somebody for having money. You have it too. This is America. Have money. Oh, Oz has 10 houses. He could have 20. Yes, my biggest issue with Oz was the fact that this whole dual citizenship thing. So I'm not going to sit here and act like all of a sudden all of that is out of my mind. It's not that. But at some point, I have to take my feelings out of it, just like I did in 2020. Right. And I promote that so much. So if I promote that so much about taking your feelings out of it, looking at policies, I have to be able to do the same thing too. I have to live by my own standards. That's just it. So people will say, oh, you just you just being a party loyalist and you're just, yo. I'm dealing with the issues in Pennsylvania. Okay. So let me deal with them how I need to. I don't know about all that. It sounds good. Oh, yeah, I'm not a party loyalist. I'm not no sheep. Call me what you want. I got to deal in common sense. So if I could go vote out as much Democrats as possible, I will. Republicans can do this. Yeah, but their policies aren't based on that. I'm sorry. You have corrupt people anywhere, right? But Democrat policies are based on government assistance. So government assistance sounds nice, but what it really means is rely on us so we can tell you what to do. I don't want none of that. I don't need no government help. No equitable help. No, I don't. Because it gives you the right to go in my life and make decisions for me. I'm cool. No, I don't want that. You know, Philadelphia, the kids, first of all, excuse me, the 100 schools in Philly apparently didn't open on time and probably won't open. I don't know what's going on because the air conditioning system is still out of whack, right? So what's going on? But we still have COVID money though, right? And I know we do because Governor Tom Wolf is talking about giving people $2,000. So there's money that they're sitting on and they want to release it right before the election, just so people can feel like, oh, Democrats give me money so I can go ahead and go. Like that's what they do. You keep taking this government money and then they're going to make government decisions on your life. But anyway, how come that money didn't go to the schools, the Democrat school? Like these Democrats, you had the money, but you didn't send it to the schools to fix these air conditioners. Is still a problem. They've been a problem since I was in public school. What is the problem? In Philadelphia, they shut down charter schools a week before school started and told these parents, you need to figure out, thousands of parents, you need to figure out where you're sending your kids. Sorry, y'all. Marinate on that real quick. A week before. I had no issues. What was it that y'all couldn't figure out and then didn't realize until a week before that y'all wasn't going to be able to figure it out? I'm sure it was an equitable decision, right? And I had a lady on Twitter happy that kids in Philadelphia get to go back to school with masks on. We made an equitable decision because we know that COOF disparages the Black community. So now the kids, they have to wear masks when they go back in. So what you heard was Democrat liberals made decisions on your life, because you're not smart enough to do so. So it's equitable, right? We want none of it. So yeah, call me what you want. I'm voting Republican down ticket. Yes, for me, I feel like it's safer. By the way, I'm mandated to take anything that comes down the pipe. We got a problem with this virus, we're gonna take this jab. Any virus. There's a virus called lasagna virus. That's a real virus. I saw it on the NIH. So when is the lasagna virus jab coming? Because I'll have to take it. No. Also voting for Doug Mastriano, definitely, who says he's ending mandates. Just let me live my life. That's all I want. Let me live my life. That's it. So I ain't got to worry about shucking and jiving in order to keep a job. And we're going to leave it right there. Okay. So that's my point with that. And I suggest Republicans in Pennsylvania, listen, I get it. I didn't vote for I didn't vote for Oz in the primary. I did vote for Kathy Barnett. And to be honest, when I voted for Kathy Barnett, I wasn't that excited about her when I first saw her talk. And it was just only because, and let's keep it real, she brought up the WEF. And said that Oz and McCormick were a part of it. And we were like, oh, and it sparked us, okay? And we felt like she was the people's candidate. Listen, no disrespect to her because she's a very smart woman and she's very well articulated. But I wasn't 100% behind her, but I just thought she was the better choice. But she's not the choice anymore, and it's okay. And you know what? The next thing she runs for, I'm sure she'll win it. I'm sure she will. And I have no problem with this lady. But we cannot keep living in the past. Listen, she didn't win. So what are we gonna do? Well, because of my principles, I refuse to. Your principles will give you a radical who will make radical decisions, continue to be making decisions on your life, and cannot function cognitively. Let's call it what it is. Let's call it what it is. All right, guys? Okay. So let me hit this last point and then I gotta go. So there's like a little, I don't know what is going on. Hold on. Oh, sorry. So there is this thing going on Twitter that, like, I feel like people who are whatever they want to call themselves, and I'm not a label person either, but wouldn't vote Democrats or lean right. They don't want to look like sheeps of Donald Trump, so they must always bring up something bad that he did, or say he's not perfect. Okay. I think it's an absolute waste of time. I do. First of all, I think it's a waste of time for many reasons. Number one, where do I even start? All right. So we're giving Democrats their arguments to these conservatives, right? So my label is worshiper of God, follower of truth. So I lean close to the truth as far as anything that's as close to the truth as possible, I'm going to lean towards it. Okay. And if it is Donald Trump, then it is, right? It took a long time for me to get here. So, but I see people like saying things like, well, he's not all the good. He lied to us. He gave us the jab. I can't stay too long with the jab because I'll be suspended again for, 2 weeks or whatever. But I'm going to just say this. If you're mad at him about a jab, you need to be mad at every president about a jab. All right. Let's just keep it like that. That jab was coming. Okay. That jab was already signed on. It didn't matter who was president. That jab was here. It was already here. Okay. All right. So I knew that jab was coming, and at least it wasn't mandated. That was my biggest thing. Don't mandate it. Y'all make every last jab, whatever y'all do. Y'all doing it anyway. Fine. Just don't try to force me to take it. What happened when the next administration came in? They did exactly what I expected them to do. Anyway. So while there's like, like the FBI raided Donald Trump's house. And of course, people like me got mad, like, yo, this is crazy, whatever. But we have to now concede that it's been a month since this happened. And where's the information about what happened with Donald with that raid, or what did they find out? A month later? Oh, but he did the thing. What thing? They're gonna get him when? If they had something on this man that was worth getting, you don't think that they would have got it already? Hold on. I'm just trying to see if I can find that picture. It's like FBI sees material on Mar-a-Lago on a foreign nation's military defenses, including its nuclear capabilities. People familiar say. You see how the press, how they repeat this to you, that there's people familiar to this. They say that it is the this is not that, and I already know it isn't. And while I can't go into all of this, it's like somebody, but we need the kind of FBI that's more interested who's killing our kids with fentanyl than watching then what kind of underwear Melania Trump wears. Deferring to narrow judgment equated to Biden's authorizing the handoff to FBI, but this passage suggests a more direct connection between Biden and the investigation on Trump. Okay, so this is so anyway, so this guy Kyle, he's definitely left-sided, whatever. He's hype. Oh yeah, they found something that people say might be so. Okay, let me get one thought out. Okay, I hate when I do that. All right? So here's the picture, right? These people took this picture and they put it out, and then I have people like, yeah, you see that? Look what he did. What did he do? I'm not trying to like, no, for real. Like, let us take out our, our overwhelming feelings about Trump. And really, what is this? Like, I don't know what this is. Y'all got a bunch of papers out on the ground, and then like a Time magazine. What is this? This constituted going into something that has not been done, that is unprecedented. right? And so when you say things like that, people say, "Oh, that's just because you're a Trump." So no, it's not. It's not. It's I need to know why this was done by a month later. And it keeps he had nuclear codes, he had military defense, he had this, and it keeps changing. Well, now he's giving us opposition. It keeps changing. It keeps changing. We're moving the goalposts because there was no reason. Because if there was, he would have already been indicted or something. Something would have came out of it. They would have been more than happy to let us know. He asked for a special master to look at the material, to hold on to the material. He said, we need a neutral person to hold on to this material, because let's keep it real. Y'all don't want me to hold on to it because y'all done came out my house and took it. And you shouldn't hold on to it either, because look at what's going on. I think that's fair. He didn't say, let me pick my guy. He just said, let's get a neutral person or whatever. Yeah, they get a chance to pick people and then somebody will make the decision or something like that, right? Okay, so but that's a fair point. Okay, and people are like, oh, like acting like that's a bad thing. My thing is, how long are the walls going to? The walls are closing in. How long since the man went to run for president? I had to hear about a Russia collusion. All right, let me get my thoughts together and wrap this up in 5 minutes, okay? Because it's in the back of my mind that I need to get out of here. But and I feel like I'm not finishing the thought. So let me get my thoughts together right now. All right. In 2016, something happened that we did not expect, because we took a perfectly smart person as a joke. I was one of them, right? And I said, we were like, oh my God, Donald Trump really won. Which, thank God, because can you imagine Hillary? Anyway, so when that happened, we felt like, because I was on that side that felt like it, like, no, there must have been a glitch in the system. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. And so we kept feeling like that was a mistake. And then we were fed with Russia collusion, some Russia Steele dossier story that has not only been debunked, it is, forget debunked, it's not true. It's not. It was all made up stuff with FISA courts, FBI's, and FBI going in and getting fake information. They knew this information wasn't true. But let me be careful, because I don't know what I can say on YouTube. Anyway, but they fed this story in my head so much that I believed it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is treason. I was right there. Every time I had to keep hearing this, and I was sucking it in. Until about 2018, when I think we're talking about impeaching him again for Ukraine. And I was like, all right, y'all, like, come on now, wait a minute now. This man is, all right, he's the president. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we need to give it up now. And I said, if we want to get rid of him, just get Joe Biden to run. And then I remember a friend was like, why you say Joe Biden? I'm like, well, because everybody wants that Obama thing back, and Joe Biden was the vice president, so get him to run. And I remember Joe Biden was like, no, I'm not running. And that's probably because Joe Biden probably knew, like, nope, two things. Joe Biden probably was like, I did enough in that Ukraine situation. That was supposed to be my exit out. And number two, I don't feel up to par. Anyway, this is speculation. I don't know what these people were really thinking. Anyway. And then, but constantly, all the time in the media, you're just hearing Donald Trump said this racist thing. Donald Trump did this. Donald Trump did that, like, all the time. And it was just like, after a while, I was like, all right, y'all, like, okay. But I was still, even though I was believing it, they told me it was racist, everything, whatever. And then I looked again in 2020, and I started to finally pay attention to the media after 2 weeks of slow to spread. I was like, wait a minute. If they can lie about stuff like this, what else can they lie about? And I started to look back at what was going on in the past 3 years. I found out that we were energy independent, that all kinds of different policies, that we were energy independent. He was funding certain, like, opportunity zones. And I hate when I can't remember everything that I found out, but around that time, I was just finding out all this information about what actually was being done in this country. And I was like, and you could see it, because before the coup, our gas prices were low. Everybody had money. And they did. Okay. And then I looked into Joe Biden, and I found out that he ran on a busing policy, in Senate, for Senate back in the 70s. And then he totally went against it. He lies. All he does is lie. And then I would watch the debates, and he said he wasn't going to frack and everything. And I was like, he's telling the truth, But then, Joe Biden became president. Okay. So then, all right. So now Joe Biden's president. So now Joe Biden is president. Okay. We have problems right now. We got huge problems. All right. If y'all not following me on subbing to this channel by now, you need to sub to the channel. All right. Because all I do is like talk about the problems that we have, because I said once he became president, I was like, I'm going to be on that same energy that nobody else is going to be. I'm going to be on that energy of figuring out what all is it that is going wrong under this presidency. And let me tell you, it's not hard to do. This presidency has us. I mean, they signed an Inflation Reduction Act that is anything but. They're going to, capture the carbon. This is my video. The government plans to suffocate you. They're going to do carbon capturing. And what that is where they capture carbon in the air and put it in the ground and use it as energy. Make believe is what it sounds like. They've done weaponized the IRS. We are going to have a new bill. The bill promotes, quote, lower drug prices, but it really doesn't. And is going to give you equitable medical professionals who barely go to school, and then they're going to already be, practicing medicine. I mean, this is just, like the kill the cows, that was about, like, this is about them killing animals and stuff, trying to save the planet. We have doctrines, national strategy for domestic terrorism. If you don't think exactly like the government says, they have a strategy to take care of you. Our gas prices have been going up. It's just, we in a war that we keep funding that we're not in, but we are in, but we're funding it, but we're not. We have other stuff that I feel like we can be, paying attention to, but people get this thing where they're like, well, I'm not a Donald Trump sheep, so I'm going to make sure that I say first that I don't fully support Donald Trump. So now whatever opinion I'm about to have is more reliable because I'm just not a Donald Trump sheep. That must be what you think of yourself, because you don't have to say any of that, just have an opinion, right? Like, how do I say this? Like, it's a grift to me. It is. And it's one that's not needed right now. Democrats they are in charge, and things are going downhill extremely fast. They are. You don't have to see it now, but in a year, maybe you see it some more. I don't know. Maybe it'll be more apparent to you. Look at California again, ran by a Democrat. And he just told you, I'm gonna need y'all not to have, use your major appliances. Turn the refrigerator off and get an ice box, put some ice in there and put your food in there. Okay? Am I right? You think he's turning his stuff off? I highly doubt it, right? Democrats want you in a gas car by 2030, 2035, but they can't even power the few that they have in California right now with their grid. And my prayers out to California, because that's a lot. The people of California do not deserve that. Hold on. My thing is, we need to focus on what's going on right now, the problems right now. All of this, Republicans aren't going to save you either. I don't need nobody. Only Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. Okay? Now, I want to get the right policies in so that I can live my life. I don't want to be told that I have to buy an electric car. I don't want an electric car, but I don't want to be forced into one. I don't want they're not drilling at home, and whatever they are drilling, they export it anyway. They're putting a cap on, they're trying to put a cap on Russian gas that is going to cause a problem here too. Everybody keeps talking about the EU. We're going to have problems here too. Okay. I want somebody who's America first. Gosh. And I had a taste of it, and I didn't even know that I was having a taste of it. I didn't know that's why my life was so chill and fun. Okay. It's still fun now. It's my life. I make it fun. Right. But things were not like this. Everything wasn't federalized. Thoughts weren't federalized. If you don't agree with somebody's decision to mutilate children, you weren't a a terrorist immediately. Okay. That's what's going on now. Okay. That's the problem. So if you feel like you need to talk about a president who's not here anymore and bad mouth him or whatever, like, to me, it's like, yeah, you can have your feelings. It's like, but why aren't we talking also? We're still not keeping the same energy, and we're living in a lot of issues now. Regulations are coming down the pike. I went to a Trump rally. I did. And on Saturday, that joint was nice. Yes, I feel like that's something that I needed to do at least once in my lifetime. It was nice. I was around a lot of nights. I had fun. I went by myself. I wanted to pull up the pictures, but they're not on this file. So, okay. But like, so why was I saying that? We're dealing with issues. We have issues we're dealing with now. If you don't have to be a Trump supporter, but like, let's keep the same energy. That's the thing. It's like, we're still not keeping the same energy for the stuff, the other people. It's always back on him. Well, he got away with all this stuff. He gets away with this. He gets away with that. What is it that you have a group of people who can't wait to put him behind bars? You think if they even could get footage of that man jaywalking, you don't think he would be in jail already? I mean, like, come on, right? He doesn't need me to defend him. And it's not even about him. It's just like, let's declutter all of this. Like, yo, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. It is. I don't know. It's like this. It's a weird, it's a grift to me. It is. To me, it's I can think for myself and I don't need. Okay, cool. So can I. And I think for myself enough to see what it is, what is going on. See a situation for what it is. Is he perfect? None of us are. Did he get it all right the first term? No, and you wouldn't have either. Okay, neither would I, because I'm here, like, my thing. I'm like, he should have never did the 2 weeks of slow to spread. He should have never did. And I'm like, because I wouldn't have did it. I don't know that I wouldn't have did it. I feel like I wouldn't have did it. I feel like I really wouldn't have did it. I feel like he was really nice. He's a lot nicer than I would have been, because I would have been like, I don't care. People are dying. They die every day. We're not. Nope. No. That sounds mean, right? You're not ready to really hear it like that too. That's the thing. People be wanting this hardcore leadership that's gonna like go in and bull out and just get rid of like all the mess. But a person doing that has to sound and look a certain way too, right? It's not gonna be pretty coming out your mouth. It's not at all, right? So like I said, even with my situation where I'm saying I would have been like, no 2 weeks of slow to spread. Y'all would have called me every name in the book, because I'd have been like, absolutely not. No. If people want to stay home, they have a right. Well, if they apply for and give a real reason why they're staying home or whatever, they can apply for some sort of assistance. But I'm not shutting down the economy because of a virus, because of viruses that have been here and viruses that we don't even know that are here already. How mean does that sound? Oh, he shouldn't, he should stop talking about the election. Have you ever lost something? Okay. And I get it a little bit, I do, but I can't expect a person to stop talking about something they believe in, or else then he's a fraud. Then he's a complete fraud. That's when I would look at him as a fraud. But there's stories behind that situation. Real stories, real facts behind that situation. I mean, Pennsylvania alone is just ridiculous in what happened here, but I'm gonna leave that alone. It's YouTube. Okay. And lastly, again, people keep talking about the EU. We would have been what is getting ready to happen in Germany in January. It's sad. It is. They're going to free. It's sad. We got old people who are not going to be able to keep warm. It is going to be bad. Guess what? That was supposed to be us already. We're 4 years behind. Yeah. Okay. Because we've signed the paperwork. That Inflation Reduction Act gives carte blanche for the same green energy policies that are destroying Germany and other countries. We've signed on to them, and they are full steaming ahead with these policies that they have super funded. Okay, full steam. So I'm sorry if I don't feel the need to, always be like, well, before I make this point, Donald Trump was bad. Now I can make my point. You're going to listen to me. You don't got to hear what I have to say. You don't got to like it. You don't got to care. You don't. But I'm not that person. Just like when people say, when they talk about this jab, they be like, but I'm not an anti-jabber. I'm not an anti-jabber, but I don't like this jab. Why do you feel like you need to say you're not an anti-jabber? Well, it makes people, understand that I'm not coming from a crazy place. Why is an anti-jabber a crazy person? You ever talk to an anti-jabber? Huh? I hate labels. This is why I hate labels. Anti-jabber. You ever talk to one of them? You ever see what happened to their child that made them that way? Okay. I don't believe in disclaimers too much. Okay. So some people will watch it and be like, oh, she's just full. She doesn't see that he does anything wrong. I didn't say that, but I don't have to say that. My issues right now are the issues here and now. Okay. So on November the 3rd, or when is voting? What is November the 10th or something? I'm going to be right there. Down ticket. Mastriano, Oz, and everybody else who's Republican. Yes, I've had a taste of Democrat. Okay, so we tried it this way. Why don't we try it a different way now? Right? Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and come up off this thing. And guys, thank you for coming through. Thank you for watching. I noticed some people had jumped on. Thank you for watching. And so I'm gonna parse this out too and kind of re-upload it. So, and the next one, this isn't bad, right? Maybe the next time I come on a little earlier, but I'll be more prepared. I think we're gonna do this tomorrow. I'll be more prepared. I'll have all my stuff ready. When I say more prepared, like have the topics and then have everything just like up there, and I could just go click and find out too why y'all couldn't hear the audio from the other situation from the video that I wanted you guys to hear. So this was really on the fly. I was on my way out and I said, let me turn record. Okay. All right. So let me call them. Now, and I'm not this disorganized too. There's a reason why I know I could come in at this time. Okay. All right. So anyway, you guys, thank you for coming and I'll see you guys soon.